I'm affiliated. 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 I'm affiliated.
Black Power, peace, man. Shout out to the family. What's going down, man? It's the boy Swap out the argument. He's snapping out. You know, Midwest Music Focus. AOI. A whole bunch of Black Power shit. Yeah, I just wanted to do this video right here. And I don't know how much I'm going to go in depth with it because, you know, it could be broken down. But, okay, recently, hey, well, let's try to start a little earlier than that, right? But recently, Kendrick Lamar and Drake has been dissing each other and putting these songs out. They've been sending subliminal shots to each other in songs over the years, right? In different fashions and stuff. I was slow to pick up on that because I didn't know about the beef, but it's there. You know, if you go back and listen to it, yeah, they're sending subs at each other. So when the whole song came out with J. Cole and Drake, first person shooter, you can go listen to that. It's like Drake and Cole are on the song, saying that they're the best, but giving leeway to being second. I guess in the case of J. Cole, you know, J. Cole has a bar, who's best, Kendrick, Aubrey, or me, or whatever. So it's like when I saw that and the song Like That came out from the Future and Metro album, right? Now this is deep. This is deep. Like I haven't put together a fancy presentation, but for real, this shit is deep. So when Kendrick puts the verse on Like That on the Future Metro album, dissing Drake, that's when I got into it. So I go back, first person shooter mode, and then of course all of these random bars and different songs where they were shooting at each other. Now J. Cole was on first person shooter with Drake, but it was a different type of energy. Like I said, J. Cole kind of gave room for Kendrick to be get props. Drake really didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Drake was proclaiming the whole time. Like, look at the video. He goes to his own breakdown, big old statue of him, like he's Mike Jack. And so my mind thinks, because thinking like Drake, right? And the way that Drake moved. See, the thing about it is Drake is a outside of the hip hop that one had an early experience in acting in Hollywood, and not just local television, like mainstream television. Like Drake has been doing that for a while. That's not new to him. So he knows the unfairness of he may not know it all, but he's been exposed to the unfairness of the business and the seriousness of the business, the worth ethic of the business, the networking of the business. And that's just something that we don't got the game on, right? We just record music, put it out, and it blow up. And it's like, damn, at best, we got the knowledge of starting a record label and making, but that comes after. So, but anyway, Drake knows how to capitalize, because that's what it's about. He's about getting paid. He's not about his main concern wasn't about keeping hip hop hip hop. His main concern is making money through the lanes in which he's been exposed to. And at the same time, Drake is the type of person that I look at because his mother is white. And she's not just white, but she's Jewish. That is preferred by the people who actually run these businesses, the record labels, the distribution labels, the people who, connect the venues, the people who connect content to money. I think that that is a preferred visual ideology for them to see, for them to hear, because they don't really, they're not in tune with the hood. They're not in tune with black folks. Now I go back and I listen to all these subliminals, this, that, and the other, and I say, bam, bam, bam. But then something hits me today, right? Because I haven't been a huge Kendrick Lamar. I haven't been a Kendrick Lamar fan. I don't follow his music. I haven't been bumping his albums, right? The things that I hear that blow up, they just kind of off my rhythm. They're just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like I could appreciate the artistry, but it's not something that gives me the energy that I need. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when Kendrick dropped a Israelite bar, and the Hebrews, the Israelites around these YouTube places was bringing attention to that. Like you see, Kendrick Lamar said black people are the true Jews, right? Now you have Drake, who is Jewish, open Jewish, right? He did his whole video in a Jewish setting with his Jewish friends, and then there's real time actual recordings of him in his real life being Jewish because he was popular as a child in his younger years. So we have footage of Drake being Jewish. So now what we have is Kendrick Lamar, who's a Hebrew, versus Drake, who's Jewish. And I think that's why, and shout out to J. Cole for the apology and keeping it real and saying that it just ain't on my spirit. But he's not going to filter everything to you, right? But he said this shit ain't that deep. I fuck with y'all. Like, if we're the top three, we're the fucking top three. Where do we lose at in that? Why do we have to compete for 2 and 1? We're the top three. You know what I'm saying? Some months you'll be number one. Some weeks I'll be number one. Some days he'll be number one. Or however that switches around. But we're the top three. There's no reason to do this. But it's deeper than rap with Drake and Kendrick. And Drake may not be 100% aware of that. Drake may really think this is rap. That's why he's talking about dropping Give Me 50. You getting cheated through your label. Like you got to give 50% to Top, who was Top Dog CEO. The label that that Kendrick Lamar was signed to before he started PG Lane, his own label. But if you could imagine the intimate conversations that he had with the people that's close to him about what Drake actually represents in real life, right? Okay, let's dig into it. We got Kendrick Lamar, who believe that the black people in America are the true Jews of the Bible. We are the original Hebrews, the Israelites. And then there's a group of people who have stolen that identity, enslaved us, displaced us, and oppressed us to this day, through whatever curse. And Drake is the face of that. Drake is propped up by business, access to business that Kendrick and the guys, even J. Cole, aren't privilege to be able to access. So when you're looking at this Jewish man being consistently number one, and not just being that, because, side note, when I first heard Drake, Best Star I Ever Had, I was like, damn, that's tight. So I went to go look up Drake music. His album came out before he signed to Young Money. His album popped up. I think it's Comeback Season. It's him in a trench coat with a part in his head, standing in like a wooded area in the fall. Nice ass album. It was a breath of fresh air. I really fucked with it. It wasn't about killing and selling drugs and fucking other nigga women and all of this shit. But instantly when he signed to Cash Money, he lost that and started rapping about what Lil Wayne was rapping about, which I thought was a genius move on Lil Wayne part, because if Drake would have been able to come into the game independently, all of that drug and infidelity and sinful talk was finna get murdered. Because Drake wasn't rapping about sinning. Drake was rapping about life, curiosities, experience. You know what I'm saying? And he was in Canada, so he was taking you out of America. Not really out of America, because Black Americans don't look at Canada as like a whole different country. You know what I'm saying? We look at, like, people in Indiana look at Canada like we look at Baltimore. You know, they right there, they got a different accent, but I can understand them. You know, the government and all that is something different. But we don't really look at them like they're aliens. You know, like they're French or, you know, German or some shit like that. You know, but yeah. So Drake has all these privileges because he's Jewish, right? And then he comes into America and he takes over the black culture, the culture of, according to Kendrick Lamar, the true Hebrews. And so here he is working with people. He's working with different people, right? But his deals are always better. And he's always the go-to dude. He's turning shit down. A lot of people are only getting shots because Drake turned it down first. And no matter how much Kendrick rap, J. Cole rap, Future rap, Lil Wayne rap, certain people rap, Drake just seems to be in the fucking spotlight. And we all know that the music industry is ran by the industry, not the people. So it's like, that's biblical to Kendrick Lamar. Like, look, this false Jew has entered into the true Jews, after all we've been through, has entered into the true Jews culture and has hijacked it and is marketing and is profiting off of it. And as long as he's number one, none of us will be number one. It's 5, 6 of us. All the rapping that Ye doing, you see how fucking weird and mysterious Ye has to be, right? But he's always gonna have 1 or 2 songs that's like cold. Like, real talk, the last album, Vultures, I think it hit so many spots that he did what he had to do. But it's only 2, 3 songs on there that I fuck with. And I usually fuck with a whole Kanye album. But when he goes into the Playboy Cardi zone, I don't fuck with that, but the world does. So he's gonna do his fucking numbers, right? And he's gonna have Vultures, which have fucking Bump J and Lil Durk. So to me, thank you, Kanye. If that's the only song on the album that you did, I fucks with that. That Vulture song, first of all, you got to do your history on Bump J, and you have to be from the Midwest to know who Bump J is. You know, the promise he was before he went to jail for robbing the bank. And so to see Kanye go back and get Bump J and then have him with Lil Durk and damn, what's my man he did the album with, my bad, it was Kanye and the dude that sing from California. Damn, I can't believe I'm blanking on this name. Because his verse was like really the hardest. That nigga went the fuck off. But anyway, as much as Kanye does, Kendrick does, as much as Lil Wayne does, as much as 40 does, as much as Future does, as much as ASAP Rocky does, Drake just seems to be in that slot. He's the guaranteed slot. So when you look at that, that matches the biblical narrative. That matches the biblical narrative. Now you have Kendrick Lamar, who's openly a Hebrew, right? He called himself Elohim in the diss song. Like, this is very much deeper than rap and can be deeper than rap. And true to say, Kendrick Lamar and Drake has enough influence that this can really rile up the group of people. Now, you see the Hebrews that's around here, right? So you can imagine what these Hebrews would be like around someone who's actually successful and who has a platform to drop a line here and there, insinuating that black people are the true Jews of the Bible and that Drake people are the fake Jews. So now instantly you have the true Jews of the Bible versus the false Jews of the Bible, and the false Jew of the Bible is winning, according to Kendrick, as far as mainstream. So that's why everybody's saying fuck mainstream. I don't care about mainstream because mainstream is controlled by Drake's family. This is how they looking at it. When you look at all of these top execs, this, that, and the other, they're Jewish. Drake's Jewish. You know the Jewish biblical narrative. You know to stay true to your people. You know to funnel money to your people. You know you don't have to be honest to other people. You use people and misuse people to help your own nation. And that's just something I want to say right quick too. Me saying it's okay to use people, but not misuse them is a realization I came to years ago that I'm seeing is getting popular now. So stuff like that let me know that I'll be correct. But yeah, so this can actually spiral into some real bullshit. You see, it got Rick Ross, and Rick Ross wrote for Drake. And think about that. How and obviously it's the Avengers fucking thing too, for those of you who are in the Marvel universe. Drake is absolutely Thanos. And then you have the Avengers who are saying, yo, listen, as long as he's number one, none of us need to be number one. So if we get him out of number one, we can have an opportunity to have a number one for a year or two, and then you can get one for a year or two, and we can get our bread, because that's the whole thing, is trying to get money from the industry, not trying to get money from the people, not trying to gain people. The industry has the money. So, like in my more wishful mind, Drake is in on this. Drake is working with them, bro. Let's do this shit and get this money. We're gonna sell more tickets. We're gonna be able to get more money from the companies that's there to make money off of us. What other level can you go to? Once you get to a certain level, it's like, what do you do? Like Drake is using Tupac and Snoop Dogg AI. Drake is a thinker. And this is something that I said when I heard First Person Shooter Mode. I said Kendrick's supposed to be on this song. Drake wanted Kendrick on this song. Drake wanted a song on his album with the top three rappers openly dissing each other and calling themselves number one. He really wanted that to happen. But with Kendrick, it's a different type of energy. Like, nigga, what? What? Because you got to remember, Drake is asking for this feature from Kendrick and this feature from J. Cole while doing things to people that's close to Kendrick, if not Kendrick himself. Because they've been dropping subliminals, remember? They've been dropping subliminals. Now, out of the blue, Drake say, I want to put a song, well, I want to make a song with you, J. Cole, and me. And of course, it's going to be on my album. First Person Shoot 'Em All was a huge song. You know what First Person Shoot 'Em All would have been with Kendrick on it? Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake dissing each other while saying they're number one on the same song. Like, that's creative. That's the lane that Drake is in. You know? And Kendrick went with it. And Kendrick knew it was coming. So Kendrick said, okay, motherfuck the big three. It's just big me. Because he already knew about the idea. So when you really look at this rap beef between Kendrick and Drake, what it boils down to is the biblical narrative of the Hebrews, of the Jews, of Israel. And we know that a lot of these Hebrews, they're very convinced of this stuff. They're very convinced of this stuff. And just think about it, we ain't even thinking about it. They've been thinking that way for years. Like, look at this fake Jew pulling all these strings, getting away with all this stuff. Because remember, Drake was into it with Meek Mill. Drake got Meek Mill up out of here. Meek Mill is like Philly's number one, right? Doing big numbers. Right next to Rick Ross. Right next to Wale. Doing his thing. Dreams and nightmares. I don't think Drake got a dreams and nightmares. Drake don't got a, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Y'all ain't seen that Aston Martin. Y'all thought it was written. Drake don't got one of those moments. I don't believe. And I listen to Drake music. But Drake got Meek Mill the fuck up out of here. Then when Pusha T came along and Drake dissed Pusha T, Drake also dissed Kanye. Remember that. Because Kanye just dropped a diss verse, and it might have been AI. Because he the type of motherfucker let another nigga AI his voice hear it and like it. He weird like that. He got titanium teeth. But Drake dissed Pusha T and Kanye, and Pusha T dropped the story of Adidas, exposing that Drake had a son that he was hiding that he had with a stripper off of one night fade that he was tying to Adidas rollout. So he hit Drake multiple ways, right? Like, obviously the rap was there, the bars was there. We know Pusha T can rap, but he hit Drake where Drake brags about, in his pocket. That's why when he came at Kendrick, it was, you don't got 50% of your money. Pusha T just knocked a whole how many $1 million deal from out of your child's mouth. Drake didn't even respond. He was injured. He was hurt. He was critically fucking damaged. There's a leak in your circle. And maybe you revealed the shit to Kanye West and Kanye told Pusha, because that was one of the rumors. If it's even a rumor anymore. But he was damaged. Thanos was damaged. Which brought the Avengers some time. Not just bought the Avengers some time, but showed the Avengers that Thanos can be injured. With Pusha T, with one song. Pusha T didn't have 3-4 songs, a whole rollout. He might have released another diss song before that, but once he put out the story of Addy Dose, it was over with. Jay Prince was making calls, and yeah, Thanos was injured. So it's like now you got ASAP Rocky, Kendrick, Future, Metro, Kanye, and in a sense, J. Cole, because first person shooter mode was supposed to be J. Cole dissing Kendrick and Drake, Drake dissing J. Cole and Kendrick dissing J. Cole and Drake. So, in truth, J. Cole has sent some signs. Drake White on first person shooter mode. So now, Thanos come back. He got the gauntlet. He got the jewels. And he's doing his dropping Give Me 50 and Taylor style flow or whatever it was, tailor made flow, which he actually used AI of Tupac's voice and fucking Snoop Dogg voice. Like, remember in Avengers when they came to come talk to the crazy weird scientists, and they walked into the room and they started talking to the crazy weird scientists, and then the shit just faded and the scientist was dead. Thanos had created a false reality where they were talking to a dead scientist, and Drake comes and creates a false reality where you're talking to the dead Tupac, who definitely had a science of rap, who definitely came from a background of Black Power, but he has Snoop and Tupac telling Kendrick, damn, you kind of looking shaky. You looking like you don't know what to do. You know what to do, right? Right. He got Tupac and Snoop giving Kendrick this wellness check. Giving Kendrick this wellness check. Yo, you good? They say that my spirit is alive and a nigga under 5'5", so I'm thinking that is you. And then Snoop come in, nephew. You know what to do, right? And so Kendrick drops a Kendrick style diss rap. Of course it's weird, but it's hard. He went in. He was nice. Okay, so Drake, you told him drop, drop, drop. You was begging this nigga to drop. You had Tupac in them painted as if he wasn't gonna drop. He didn't know what to do. So Kendrick then killed this AI version of Tupac and Snoop by dropping his diss song. Euphoria. Euphoria was deep as shit. Shout out to Moon in chat. Euphoria was deep. It wasn't industry. It wasn't cliche. It wasn't cookie cutter. It wasn't trendy. It was Kendrick Lamar. So now I'm looking at the positioning like, damn, Kendrick just ignored what Drake did. Drake came up in here and started bopping on your ass, drop, drop. And Kendrick Lamar was like, we don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. Okay, the end of your song, you telling me drop, drop, drop. Now I'm telling you, if we singing to each other, we don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. So I'm like, hold on, that's different. Kendrick not playing by Drake rules. Kendrick playing by his own rules. Because Kendrick has a foundation in the Hebrew Israelite teaching. So he really like, you can't beat me at my culture. I'm gonna bring this motherfucker song in with Richard Pryor from the Wiz saying, everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony. I have no powers. Think about that. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this if I can find it. Because I'm pretty sure that, okay, bad. Somebody else brought it up. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, hold on. I want to share this. Yeah, that verse was, cringy. Okay. So in the Wiz, I think y'all should be able to see that. No, I gotta pull it up. Okay.
Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony. Whoa, shit, my man, shit is different. Whoa, shit, my man, shit is different.
Euphoria.
He came in with Kendrick Lamar, and then I think of Marvin Gaye. You're my latest. You're my greatest inspiration. That nigga came in on You're my greatest inspiration. You've inspired me to do this shit. Right? With Richard Pryor saying, and if you go catch the whole clip, he says, everything they say about me is true. I have no power. You know what I'm saying? So this is what people say. Drake don't got no power. Drake just got them Jews in the gauntlet. If he wasn't a Jew, he wouldn't. If he didn't have that white, if he didn't have that Jewish mama. Because you got to think, you got to pick. Is you black or is you Jewish? And you saying nigga. You're saying nigger. They got clips of him saying nigger, like just talking in his accent. He like, yeah, and I'm looking at him like he's the nigger. And then they got the one clip of Drake sitting down at dinner with his friends, like Toronto slang is ignorant. He was talking about the culture in Toronto being ignorant. But then he comes to America and becomes the face of it. Of course. Because who is it ran by? Your nation. Who publicly states in his book, we're going to look out for us. We don't have to respect you. They have names for us. I forgot what it was, but it's like, yeah, we use y'all to make our nation great. And so Kendrick, like, fuck the mainstream. I don't want your nation running my culture's music, even if we don't make no money off of it. And then he comes back with, all right,
Don't tell a lie on me.
okay, I don't know what that was. But I was trying to look up everything they said about me true from the Wiz. Just that scene. Because if you hear what he goes into and start saying after that, that's a bar. That's a bar. He's like, telling you what Drake knows, not what Drake thinks or what he thinks, but Drake knows I'm not making my living off of being Jewish. I'm making my living off of being black. And I'm not black. I'm Jewish. My dad is black. I got some black in me, but I'm Jewish. My bloodline comes from David. And Kendrick is like, no, the fuck it don't. David is black, not white. David was an African. That's crazy that clip ain't online, especially still not yet. Let's see, Richard Pryor's The Wiz. I ain't finna rent it. I had somebody had to play or some shit. Damn, I cannot. You can't win. And Drake be calling himself Michael. And Mike is in The Wiz too. You can't win. Damn, I wonder why that clip ain't popular enough to be up there. Because it got to be like the reveal, right? It's like, oh yeah, this the part where they find out that the man behind the curtain is fake. I'm gonna should have put in like reveal or something. That's the killing of the Wicked Witch. But the big reveal of the Wiz being fake ain't up there. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating. But if you listen to it, hold on, let me see. Because I think Academics found it. Yeah, let me go to Academics' channel. Because I think he found it. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Is this the one about Euphoria? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one about Euphoria. Now, yeah, I could have sworn Academics found it. And it's in the beginning of the song.
Let's see. Have you ever thought?
Oh, you know what? That might have been Euphoria. No.
He literally did back-to-back on day.
Why didn't let me grab it? But it was a part of the video. I could have sworn. Hold on, let's find this together. There you go. There you go. See?
Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony. Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony.
I wonder if I can find that full scene.
Garbage guts here.
Okay.
I forgot the crow commandments again.
Fellas, can I get the crow commandments, please?
Run 'em by me, run 'em by me.
Thou shalt not crow.
Right on road.
Proceed. Thou shalt not be all bits of paper
Trash, don't rally. And the most important.
And I think this goes without mentioning. With
You can't win.
oh, that's another callback too, because Michael Jackson's in the Wiz. Let me see. You don't have a longer thing?
It's true. I'm a phony. I got no powers. I got no right to be pretending to be the Wiz. I got nothing. Hocus pocus. I'm just playing.
You hear that? That's what that nigga Kendrick telling that nigga Drake he is. Look.
Oh, that's another callback too, because Michael Jackson's in the Wiz. Let me see. You don't have a longer thing?
It's true. I'm a phony. I got no powers. I got no right to be pretending to be the Wiz. I got nothing. Hocus pocus. I'm just playing on her. Everything is.
Everything they say about me is true. Got nothing. I got no powers. Hocus pocus. Like, nigga, you not the greatest rapper. You just willing to take other niggas' styles. Because Drake is one of them people. If your song is blowing up, like on SoundCloud, that nigga will do a verse in the same style that you have. He did it to XXXTentacion. And XXXTentacion had exposed him for or brought it up live, and that was one of the conversations, right? And, you know, people, of course, went off and speculated that Drake had something to do with his murder because of that. But, yeah, it's plenty of styles that Drake uses because he's listening to black people on SoundCloud, not Jewish people. So here is this fake Jew being declared the greatest in the true Jews culture. Rap started from black people. Kendrick believes that black people are the true Jews. Drake is the Jewish person. Kendrick believes that Drake people are trying to replace his people. And here we have it in real time in the music industry. Propping Drake up. Drake having ghostwriters. Drake stealing styles. Drake stealing people bars. Drake cutting people out of deals. Going over people's heads. Fucking with they females. This is bigger than rap. This is Kendrick Lamar. And let me see if I can pull that up. He got a song called "Yeah." He got a song called "Yeah." And let me see.
What do Kendrick Lamar
And the motherfucking the Jesus sign. You know he portrayed himself as Jesus several times. Oh yeah, DNA. Remember this? Remember
You know what DNA stands for? Dead Nigger Association.
Look at this. This has been Kendrick's whole career.
Royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece got war and peace inside my DNA.
He talking about the DNA of the Jews, the true Jews. And here comes this Jewish person with his white mother. Usurping and living off of black culture and becoming the dominant number one person in it. Right in front of these niggas' face. Shout out to Angelica. Right in front of these niggas' faces. How did Drake survive that what should have been deadly blow from Pusha T, revealing that he's hiding a son and he's gonna roll his son out to the world through an Adidas promo? So the first time we're gonna hear about his son from a stripper is capitalizing off of it. And he still got his child in the videos and shit now, right? But where was you at when you heard about the pregnancy? Where was you at the months of getting ready to be a father? None of that was marketable, right? But the moment that the baby can't be denied, like, yo, this motherfucker really mine, then it's, I'm gonna overshadow the fact that I hid this baby with the grand presentation of this baby. Now, you got Kendrick, who's a family man. He's public with his girl and his kids. And so he's also hitting them that way. Nigga, you, come on. You're not even being a real dad. But how did he survive that blow from Pusha T? Because he got the Jews. He got the Jews. The gauntlet glove with the Jews in it. Because he's Jewish. Oh, that'll be nothing. That we'll sweep that under the rug. Just keep making hits and it'll be nothing. And then with Kendrick bringing them, now you got people saying, oh, he's just repeating what Pusha T said. Good. Because y'all didn't hear it when fucking Pusha T said it. Y'all let this nigga, let Pusha T say that and then dive off and not respond. Nobody put pressure on Drake. Think about that. Kendrick put out the verse with Like That. Drake came right back with a song. And now Kendrick's on the clock. Kendrick, you got 3 days to reply. Kendrick took like 3 weeks. 17 days, I believe. Drake's never responded to Pusha T. Now, I guess Drake's a little freer in his deals. And he like, this beef here won't cost me any money. As far as he know. But he was dumb enough to get into it with Pusha T, not knowing, hey, maybe I might not want to start beefing right now if I got a whole Adidas rollout. That's going to cost me and the people around me a pretty nice penny. And I'm pretty sure I'll come out with another album, but this might be their only opportunity to make this amount of money. Or this might be the only opportunity for them to progress in this way. This means more to them than me in a sense. I'll have availability more millions. But yeah, that fuck they deals up. Hit him in his pocket. And the fact that Kendrick came right back, because remember Drake did back to back on Meek Mill. Back to back on Meek Mill. So now, 17 days later, Kendrick replies to the Drop It Give Me 50 and Taylor Made flow. Then Kendrick, 3 days later, comes back with 616 in LA. 616 is Father's Day in Canada. 616 is also, let me check this first. Tupac's birthday. So at 616, Kendrick dropped a song called 616, which is like, remember when Drake, at the end of Drake's song, he was like, you better have a double, quadruple entendre or something like that. So 616, he dropped it at 616. 616 is Father's Day in Canada, which is one of the angles that Kendrick is using against him. Drake used Tupac's voice. People are saying Kendrick is the new Tupac. And 616 is Tupac's birthday. And Drake is from the 6. And Drake has been known and is being accused of grooming 16-year-olds. Because I think like the legal age in Canada is 16. 16 years old. So you're from the 6 and you're messing with 16-year-olds, right? 616, 616, 616, 616. That's a quadruple entendre. In the title of the song alone, Kendrick's not playing. Kendrick's not playing the same game Drake is playing. Drake is paying people to give me information. I'm paying people to go out there and talk to people, get information from Kendrick. Kendrick is saying, nigga, like if you don't fucking think of that, bro, in the title alone. So he backs to back Drake, right? Drake doesn't even get a chance to reply to Euphoria. And here comes 616 from Kendrick again. Boom, boom. Because, right, this is Thanos. Right? This is actually Thanos. So Drake has this history of being super, like, being inappropriately close or having inappropriate relationships with girls that's 16, but in Canada that's legal. And that's something that people are sweeping under the rug. Drake is getting at these 16-year-olds in Canada online. And it was this one girl they showed, as soon as she turned 18, they were out on a date. But they've been taking pictures and hugging up and face to face since she was 16. Like, this stuff can actually cause something bigger than what we're looking at. Now, when you get all these different Israelite camps yelling this shit on the corner, and Drake sees that, now Drake is part of the conspiracy to take over hip hop from the true people of the Bible. Drake got to say something about that. Am I black or am I Jewish? Am I us or am I us? Am I y'all or am I my mama? You got to think about that. A person that's declaring himself the true people of the Bible is clicking up with other people that he considered the true people of the Bible to expose the person who he openly is saying, you're fake. You're not the true Jews. Black people in America are the true Jews. That's some cold shit. That's some really cold shit. So I just wanted to drop that on y'all, man. Yeah, this really could start a religious war, bro. You will actually be seeing people banging religion off of this Kendrick Lamar and Drake back and forth. You got two groups of people that believe they're the true Jews of the Bible. One of them are heavily invested in a lot of things, and one of them have been oppressed and cheated out of opportunities to invest and everything. And we'll see where this goes, man. It's the boy Swab Boss, man. It's the Argument League. And I'll be back to have a conversation of what is black. That's going to be hard. I want to say shout out to Angelica Diallo. Where's my... Yeah, I thought I pinned her. Hold up. Shout out to Angelica Diallo because I am not officially a partner with her business. I promise. Let me put it up right there. If it goes. Okay, there it go. So, there it go. I'm going to actually look into them some more because it's my first time being a partner. But that is the link in the chat. I don't know if I got a code or something like that. But yeah, he's the Argument League. But it says save 15% on orders over $50. Use code 15 off at checkout. So you can help her out and also help me out at the same time because we partners. So I get a percentage of sales that come from my people. Yeah, pretty cold shit too. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna lock in. But shout out to her for offering that to me. That's some, some cool shit, man. So make sure y'all go over there. Give the site some traffic. Hold on, let me share it right quick. I thought it would have automatically switched, but it didn't. Give the site some traffic at least, and go ahead and buy some skin moisture, skin cleansing, bath and body, Hearst Prana, and the Prana Wild Project. Every purchase directly contributes to the Prana Wild Project, providing critical funding for long-term housing solutions that empower women and children in need. The sport transforms lives and helps us build a brighter future for those facing adversity. So go ahead and purchase something and know that you're actually helping something bigger than yourself, man. And if you want to become a partner, I think there's a way to also get into that with them too, with the sister too. So shout out to her, man. And who's that? Shout out to Solar Vision. Shout out to Angelica for coming through. Shout out to Mumu. Shout out to the people in the clouds. Everybody, yeah, man. But yeah, this shit is deep in the rap, bro. That's cool. That's cool. Shout out to Mumu. Yeah, this deep in the rap. This Kendrick Lamar Drake beef is some biblical shit. That is crazy. It's a biblical narrative right before our eyes. With the way that Kendrick believes and the way that Drake believes, this conversation has to come to the table at some point in time, right? Like, you really got Rick Ross calling him white boy and doing all of this other stuff, letting him know. So they're questioning his blackness. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Why would you? And you're Jewish. So, man. This boy Swab Boss, man. Shout out to the family, man. Keep y'all head up so y'all see the bullshit coming. Keep your head on the swivel, man. And may you progress in lanes in which you have a passion, because work is work. But it doesn't have to be torture, man. Black Power, peace, I'm out. But I will be back to have the conversation of who, what, how do you define black? We out.